Okay, here we are, part 2 of my haul video. So this time we have predominantly the British stuff. There was one little thing. I will show you, see if you recognize this. When I saw this, I actually thought it was an anime pin at first, but it turns out it's Punky Brewster from NBC. I don't think you can pick that up. Maybe you can if you've got really good eyes. But it's an NBC pin from Punky Brewster. So if you remember that TV show, give me a shout out at the bottom. They found this at the store at the second estate sale where all we bought was the Shell Bowl and the Ronald Reagan. I found this at the last second mixed in among all of the jewelry on the table. So really cute. I couldn't find any like it online. Punky Brewster stuff does sell, so I'm thinking I could do really well with that. All right, so let's go back to the first sale. This is one of the non-British items. After I just said we're going to look at all the British items. If you are from California or other, I'm not sure where all from. This is Bullock's Stationery, open stock from Bullock's, California. I don't know. I think Bullock's went out of business some time back. It was a very, very high-end department store here in California. And where the ladies loved to shop. And my husband picked this up to keep for himself because he really wanted stationery, and he loved the fact that it was in this retro Bullock's box, because he grew up here in California and he remembers his mother shopping at Bullock's. So that's another keeper. We have a lot of keepers, which is a problem. Okay, and there's one other Bullock's thing while we're in there. And then I found this. I think this is what they call a lingerie bag. Now, it's got some issues, but again, it was pretty much free because I threw it in with everything else. And I think it was meant to keep your lingerie. It's all just satiny inside and you can seal it. Maybe it was for when you washed your clothes, or I think it was just to store it. I have no idea what the value is, if it has any value, particularly since it's got some runs in it. But again, it was Bullock's. I wasn't going to leave it behind. This person also, in addition to loving British things and Frank Sinatra, she loved cats. And there were cat things all over the house. I did not buy most of them. But inside the Bullock's bag, I found this sweet little handkerchief, I'm guessing, if you want to blow your nose at a cat. It doesn't have any kind of markings, but it's clearly vintage. Very cute. Also in there was this pink cat scarf or handkerchief with these crazy cats on it. That was sealed in the bag, so I don't know if that's going to be... I think I can open it. We'll see if it's got any kind of markings on it. Whew, something there was dirty. And then I found these, which have a slight disappointment to them. Well, one of them. So this is a coronation, again, commemorative handkerchief, I gotta call it, from Queen Mary. I'm confused. I have to do my research. So but coronation 1937, and I really love. It's got the Queen Mary at the bottom, which I didn't even realize when we bought it. Now it goes with this coronation 37. So this is the king, the prince, the king. Sadly, it's got stains, which I hate to say are probably blood stains, but we're going to see if we can get those out because they go together and they're really nice and they're definitely vintage. So we want to see if we can salvage those. Also along that line was this. Oh, so I'm assuming that was King George and Queen Elizabeth. So this is another King George and Queen Elizabeth coronation souvenir. This one's very delicate. Scarf. I would call this. I would not say this is a handkerchief. This is just like a little decorative scarf. It says 1937 on it. I don't know if it goes back that far. I have a feeling it actually was made as a souvenir, probably on an anniversary of that. I doubt it goes back that far. Also just stuffed in the bag I didn't even know I had, because it was in that Bullock's bag, was a lovely monogrammed handkerchief with some beautiful detail work on it. Lovely. And this, which again, unfortunately has a little bit of mark on it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to open it for you to see it. Let me see if I lay it back here. So, 1977, this is the Queen's Silver Jubilee. Now, I found several things from this, so clearly this person either probably went there for it. They might have collected this stuff later on eBay, but I bet you they were there, given all the souvenir books and everything. So this is one of those big fabric pieces of, like, towels, I guess, for lack of a better word. You have to call them linens, but, I mean, you obviously wouldn't use this as a towel. That, and what I thought looked like hotel keys were these. And again, it's Elizabeth II, and this was for the Silver Jubilee. If you see the date at the bottom, the 1977 date, and I got a pair of them. They're kind of cool, and they're see-through. They look like, they reminded me of like hotel keychains. I had no idea what they were when I grabbed them, but they were in with all the other stuff from the royals, so I knew it had something to do with England. I mean, it has a crown on it. So again, no idea what the value, could be nothing, but they were so cool I wasn't going to leave them. Then I picked up a bunch of books. I have learned when I find souvenir books, now these aren't books like books, you know, traditional hardback books or historical books. These are this little paperback souvenir booklets that you buy when you go to visit somewhere. Whenever I find these, I just buy them in bulk. I don't even bother looking them up, anything. Some have value, some don't. Usually if you bundle them, they do. I love old souvenir stuff, and I'm very fond of England, so I probably, again, won't keep it, but I will look at all these. So there's a Stratford-on-Avon, which I have a book almost like this, because I actually visited Stratford-on-Avon when I was a girl. Copyright 1970 something. So yeah, it looks like they went to England in the 70s, which is funny because I was in England in the 70s and bought these. So that, the Tower of London Department of Environmental Official Guide, which kind of odd. Why is the Department of that? Very cool. Oh, look, it's got a map in the back. I will probably read that one before we go. That's kind of fun. The Crown Jewels, also from the Department of Environment Official Guide. Wow, look at that. So, a tourist book on the Crown Jewels. The Kings and Queens of Britain. Now this is kind of, ooh, it's in bad shape too. This is another one of these odd little souvenir-y books, I'm assuming came from England. I just saw something, caught my eye. I keep passing it. I love when people stick things in there. Ooh, hearings on DC-10 crash open today. Ooh, that's frightening. If I can find the date on that, that will tell me when she bought this book, because this was being used as a bookmark. What a sad thing to use as a bookmark. Rolls-Royce daily rentals available. Down there, look. $23 a day you can rent a Rolls-Royce. So interesting, huh? I'm going to look that up. So that one, King and Queens. The Royal Line of Succession. And look at that. That's Prince Charles, isn't it? When he was just a baby. Oh, look, there's something else in here, too. Look at that. Look at that. Charles and Diana napkin. I did not know that was in here. Very cool. We'll leave it in there for the moment so we don't lose it. Ooh. The Six Wives of Henry VIII. And just again, just a nice souvenir booklet. Looks like they all came from the same maker. Mary, Queen of Scots. Yeah, these are all part of this Pitkin Pride of Britain books. So I might probably just put these all together and sell those. Queen Elizabeth I, King Henry VIII. I'll check them all. Always check inside books before you sell them. People put things inside. You'd be surprised you can find money in there. London in Pictures, another just nice souvenir booklet about London from the, likely from the 70s. See if I see a date. 1973. The Best of Britain Color Master presents The Best of Britain. Sorry, I keep getting too close. Let me pull back here a little bit so you can see better. And this is just a Book of color photos of England. Windsor Castle. Ooh, look, something in there. There's a postcard from Manchester. And it's funny because somebody mailed it here. And they kept it, so it looks like they had friends maybe in England or other visitors. I think they must have had an British background. And then a different Windsor Castle book. And the last one, oh no, not the last one. Greetings from around Manchester. Now this is more book than I normally buy. Uh-oh, we're getting on 10 minutes here. But it was kind of cool. London Is Celebration, Guide to the Royal Wedding, Westminster Abbey booklet, and a Ladybird for a royal occasion book on Prince Charles. Apparently there's a Princess Diana one that goes with this, which I did not see. These don't have a lot of value. It's a shame because it seems like they would. Finally, the very last thing is this crazy thing. I don't know if I can come back far enough that you can see it. This is a shillelagh, I think. It says, from Old Erin on the back. It's got a shamrock on that end. It almost doesn't really feel like wood. I don't know, I guess it's wood. It does seem like it is splitting, sadly. Now, the seller tells me that it's old, that the family's had it since she was a child. I don't know. The thing about it is I don't know. It could be worth a lot of money. It could be worth very little money. If it's just a souvenir-y kind of thing, it could be worth $10. These cracks, certainly here, another one, could be a problem. I don't know. I have to do my research on it, and I'm also confused if anybody can tell me. I thought shillelaghs were always like this size, but then I guess there's walking stick versions, which are long, and this clearly is not a walking stick version. She said they used it as a self-defense weapon at the house. Which is probably how it got the cracks. But it's kind of cool how all this is engraved. But it's sad, like I said, the cracking is pretty bad. And I think I overpaid for this. I wanted to get 5 for this and a couple of other items together. She went 10, so that would make this about $8, considering the price of the other items. All told, everything I showed you today, we paid $35 and some change between the two estate sales for everything. So not too bad. We should be able to flip 1 or 2 items for that price. So that's it. I got to rock out of here before this thing complains at me that it's got too much time. That's my haul. If you have been thrifting, please tell me about your haul or link me to your haul video. And if you want, tell me what your favorite thing in this. Tell me if you know Punky Brewster. Tell me if you remember your thoughts about Princess Charles and Diana and the coronation, Silver Jubilee, the Queen's Silver Jubilee, anything. I'd love to hear it in the comments below.